Okay, so Jabril Mansour right here, recording from Omaha, Nebraska. I wanted to record a video series of my experience going to the travel clinic. I'm a member of Rotarians Against Malaria, and one of the things I learned when I was at a United Nations Foundation's conference with United to Beat Malaria and Shot at Life is the CDC informed me of something called VFR, visiting friends and relatives. And it appears that of the 2,000 malaria cases in the U.S. that happen annually, over 90% of them come from what they call visiting friends and relatives, those that are visiting Africa, mostly West Africa. And of those, over 90%, maybe 95% of those were people that didn't take their malaria prophylaxis. So I wanted to document my journey of what it's like to go to the travel clinic. I've been to the travel clinic many times. It's 8 weeks from my next trip to Sierra Leone, so I typically try to get my appointment scheduled about 8 to 10 weeks ahead of time. So that way, if there's any vaccines or anything I need to take, anything and updates on, I want to make sure I have everything checked off way in advance before I go there. So I'm preparing to go to my appointment. I'll record a few different videos, and hopefully this helps someone as you're considering to travel to Africa or a place that's is dealing with malaria issues. We want people to be safe. This isn't about if you have older relatives who tell you don't worry about it, or maybe you're someone who's grown up in a place that has malaria and you think you have some kind of immunity. The window on whatever tolerance you think you have goes away pretty quickly when you leave the country for an extended period of time. But what this is really about is being as safe as we can be, so that we can have not only a pleasant trip visiting our friends and relatives, but so that when we come home and we need to return to work or our businesses or our families, we're not down and suffering from malaria when we return. Okay, so more to come. Thank you for tuning in. One of the things that happens when you go is they give you a whole lot of paperwork on what to expect, information about immunizations. You can see insurance, buying medicines, what the medications that you're prescribed. They give you a handout. It tells you about certain things that are going on in different regions. So as you can see, this one talks about yellow fever, rabies, and all the different things that could be prevalent in the country you're traveling to. They give you a document on malaria, if you get sick, what to do. I recommend looking through all this. We've kind of, I think they've kind of moved away from some of the DEET stuff when it comes to lotions or insect repellents. But that document, that's all about what happens if you get malaria. Very important that you read this so that you just have an idea ahead of time. And then traveler's diarrhea is a big thing. So this document talks about dealing with diarrhea and the different vaccines associated with different type of probably shots that you got as well is addressed here. So all great information. I go to the traveling clinic where I live in CHI, Bergen Mercy. I've always gone there. I've always done good by me. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's it. Ask all the questions you need to ask. Get informed, and it just helps you feel confident, especially if it's your first time. You'll definitely want to get all your questions asked. So that's it. Another quick message. See, I got my Hawkeye shirt on because we just beat Nebraska to reach the Elite Eight. Some of y'all will know what that means. Anyways, I'm here doing my annual physical because it just happens to be in time before my trip to Sierra Leone. But I'm also going to make sure I get the most recent COVID vaccine. I already have the flu vaccine for this season, but one of the things I learned at the travel clinic when I started going to Sierra Leone in 2023 is the last thing you want to have happen is to get something like flu or COVID before you're about to go on a long trip and it somehow derails the trip, things that we can take care of stateside. So in addition to the things you need to do to make sure you're safe in Africa, there's still things we need to do to make sure we're safe in the US.